Hi guys, first graders. Happy Monday, May 11th, 2020. I hope you had a nice weekend and you took care of your moms and did something nice for her, and that you got to play outside a little bit. I wanted to share some of the things that our other classmates did over the weekend. Lucas took Flat Miss Monterulli out for ice cream. Thanks, Lucas. That was so nice. And he has some gummy bear toppings on his ice cream. Yum. Miss Aubrey is working on her sight words with Play-Doh with Miss Monterulli. And Slate and Lucas both took my advice and did their shaving cream snap words. So awesome idea, guys. Love seeing those pictures. Quick shout out to my parents. Next week, Monday, May 18th, is going to be our next packet pickup. I will be sending home some resources, and you'll also be able to get the contents of your student's desk, snow pants, extra clothes, anything that your kiddo left in our classroom. I'm going to go to school this week and put all that stuff together, and then you'll be able to pick that stuff up on Monday, May 18th, and that's from 11 to 1. So just mark your calendars, and I'll say that a couple times this week just as a reminder. But some families were asking about snow pants and different things, and that's when you can expect to grab that stuff from school. All right, let's get started. New sight words this week. I'm going to say them, then you're going to say them. From, in, make, one, with, up. All right, so on Monday we do rainbow writing. So you're going to write all 6 of those sight words 3 different times in whichever color you choose. So now would be a good time to pause my video so you can do that. And we're going to start a new story in Greenfern Zoo this week, and it is about river otters. And I'm so excited because all the zoos in our country have been putting out zoo cams showing their animals in the exhibit playing around. And so I'm going to link one of those webcams that you can watch about their river otters. And river otters are one of my favorite things to watch at the zoo. They're so happy and playful, and they're just so darn cute. So some of the words that you're going to hear are webbed paws. You say it. Webbed paws. Good job. And you can see this great picture of a webbed paw. And let's read the definition of it. It is fingers that are connected by a thin amount of skin. So here is the webbed paw on the otter. Why do you think that otters might need webbed paws? What would help them in their environment to have those that skin between their fingers? All right, the next word is scamper. You say it. Scamper, good. And we've seen this word before, and scamper means to hurry or run. And here you can see this otter scampering across some snow. The next word is moss. You say it. Moss, good job. And this reminds me of the queen in Moana. Whenever she is calm and happy, this is what it looks like to me. So moss is a small green plant that feels soft to touch. The last word is bark. You say it. Bark. Good job. The outer layer of a tree. And you might think of the word bark as an animal, a dog that, a noise that a dog makes. Bark is a multiple meaning word. It has more than one meaning for one word. All right, so go ahead and find your river otter story in Greenfern Zoo. This is going to be one of the last stories that we read from Greenfern Zoo. And if you got to pick up or got delivered the next book, Unit 5 or Unit 6, we're going to move into that one next. So we are on page 56, 5 and 6, and we are reading all about river otters. River otters. Do you like to run and jump? Do you like to chase your pals? Do you like to splash in the pool in the summer? Do you like to slide down hills in the winter? Yeah, oh, that sounds great, doesn't it? Well, if you like to do those things, you would make a good otter. You can see 3 of are river otters up on the rocks? Alex, Alan, and Agnes. That's Alex up on top of Alan. The last one is Agnes. Look how cute they are. Otters have short, strong legs with webbed paws and sharp claws. The webbing helps the otters swim fast and get their food. River otters hunt for fish, frogs, and crab. When it is time for bed, the river otters scamper to their den. They have nests on land that are lined with grass, moss, and bark. Ooh, if moss is soft to touch, it must feel so cozy to sleep on. There's another otter. So cute. All right, so let's find in our kitty workbooks our river otter page, and let me remind you what page it is. Oh, I'm glad we're done reading about termites, aren't you? They were gross. Okay, page 91, 9 and a 1. Go ahead and meet me there. All right, and the first question says, what do river otters like to do? Ooh, I remember that whole introduction paragraph asking me what kind of things I like to do, and that if I like to do those things, you would like river otters. Let's go back to that first paragraph in our text. Do you like to run and jump? So they must like to jump and run or scamper. Do you like to chase your pals? Do you like to splash in the pool in the summer? Do you like to slide down hills in the winter? Ooh, these are all things that river otters like to do. So let's restate our question, and our sentence stem is, river otters like to. River otters like to. And the R in river is capitalized only because it is the beginning of a sentence. River otters like to. So I want you to pick two of the things that they talk about. River otters like to run and jump, chase their pals, splash in the pool, slide down the hill. So you can choose two of those options. Go ahead and pause my video and fill in question 1. All right, let's look at question 2. Which is not the river otter's home? Ooh, this is a first grade trap. They wrote not, and they're hoping you don't notice that, and you just choose all the ones that are their homes. But we know that we're looking for something that is not a river otter's home. So is it a nest on land? Is it the river? Or is it up in trees? I can't remember, but I know they talked about it because I thought about the moss being a soft bed. So last paragraph in the story. When it is time for bed, the river otters scamper to their den. They have nests on land that are lined with grass, moss, and bark. Don't look at that one. I don't want you to see it yet. So nests on land is their home. What's going on here? The river is also their home. Do they live up in trees? No. So the question says, which is not? So what is not a place that the river otters live? And that answer is up in trees. Okay, we are going to come back to the questions 3 and 4 tomorrow after you read it to someone at home. So let's switch our reading brains off and turn on our math brains. Some of you submitted your word problems that you wrote at home, which I loved seeing. And we are going to solve those together now. So turn to a fresh page in your composition notebook. I'm going to turn it on the side and I'm going to write pretty big. Remember, Slate showed us a great example that he can write small and preserve more space, but I'm just writing this big so you guys can see it. So hopefully you didn't notice this preview, but Lucas sent us this awesome word problem with an awesome graphic. So cool. I hope you guys saw my stamp whenever you got my mini Miss Monterulli. I love those stamps. Those were neat. All right. Lucas's question says, Lucas had 47 dinosaurs, and then he got 13 more for his birthday. How many dinosaurs does Lucas have in all? All right, so he had 47. He got 13. How many in all? Part, whole. So we know this is an addition problem. So he starts out with 47. That looks like a 4 and a 7. 4 in the tens place, 7 in the ones place. And then he gets 13 more. Those get added to his collection. Look at my setup here. My 4 is in the tens place. My 7 is in the ones place. My 1 is in the tens place. My 3 is in the ones place. Let's go ahead and write our number line on the top, starting with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 is as far as we're going to have to go. All right, so I always start in my ones place. Great job. So I have 7 plus 3. So I start with my greatest number all the way to the 7. Let's take 3 hops. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 2 digits. So I'm just going to squeeze both the 1 and the 0 on this line, right? No, never. I'm going to keep my 1s in the ones place and bring my 10s to the tens place. So my ones place is a 0. And then my tens place is a 1. Ooh, and this is when your math can get a little tricky because my number line is right there too. Ooh, I don't want that to confuse me. All right, so now I have 3 add-ins, 1, 2, 3. So put 4 in your brain and find your number line and put your pencil on 4. And we're going to take 2 hops of 1. Ready? 1, 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. Great job. So 60 dinosaurs. And we know it's a word problem, so we need to answer with a word answer. Lucas has 60 dinosaurs. If you're feeling lazy, you could write 60 dinos. That's okay with me. Lucas has 60 dinos. All right, let's draw a line so we can keep that nice and tidy and see who else wrote me a word problem. Oop, here is Miss Ava's. Jennifer has 10 snakes, and Ava has 89 snakes. How many snakes do they have in all? So Jennifer has 10. Ava has 89. Part, whole. How many do they have in all? All right, let's see here. Jennifer has 10. That's a 1 and a 0. Ava has 89, an 8 and a 9. So my 9 is in the ones place, my 8 is in the tens place, my 0 is in the ones place, my 9 is in the ones place. And I always start in my ones place. All right, so I can put my pencil on the 9 and take 0 hops. 0 plus 9 equals 9. Great job. All right, Now I have 8 plus 1. So put your pencil on your 8 and take 1 hop. 9. Excellent work. Ooh, 9 and a 9, 99. And it's a word problem, so I'm going to answer with a word sentence. Let's take part of her question, in all, and use that as our sentence stem. In all, they have 99 snakes. Ooh, I hope they're running a zoo. Or these are rubber snakes, because that's a lot of snakes. Yikes. Okay, make sure you have an answer sentence. And I'm going to turn the page just because I'm running out of space. If you can squeeze it in like slate, you can do that. All right, last question for today is from our friend Madison. Maddie has 35 strawberries and Lexi has 21 blueberries. How many strawberries and blueberries are there in total? Shout out to my students because Lucas says in all, Ava says in all, and Maddie says in total. Beautiful math language. So proud of you. That is amazing. Good job, guys. All right, so Miss Maddie has 35, 3 and a 5. I'm going to quickly jot down my number line. And Lexi has 21, 2 and a 1. And I draw my line to keep my work nice and tidy. All right. So I always start in my ones place. Good job. All right, I have 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Beautiful. And now I'm going to go to my tens place. 3 plus 2. Put my finger on my 3 and take 2 hops. Ready? 3, 4, 5. Nice. All right, so 56 is my final answer. And it's a word problem, so I'm going to write a word answer. Let's just say the girls have 56 berries total. Ooh, that is making me hungry. The girls have 56 berries total. Thank you so much for sharing those word problems with me. They were excellent, and I can really tell that you are understanding word problems because of how well you wrote them. Today is our last day with addition and regrouping. Tomorrow we're going to move to a new concept in math. I'm attaching quite a few things. I'm going to give you a word problem worksheet. There are so many questions on it. Feel free to do maybe 7 if you're 7 years old. Maybe 6 if you're 6 years old. Maybe 20 if you're 20 years old. Or maybe even just the odds or just the evens. It's your choice. Don't feel like you have to do all of them. I'm also going to attach a baseball math game that has to do with identifying tens and ones. I'm also going to attach that River Otters video that you can watch. Tomorrow we're going to read the otter story independently, so if you want to practice that today, you absolutely can. Again, I hope you have a great Monday. Please send me all your work. I love seeing it. I really miss you guys, and that's a fun way for me to see what you've been up to. Have a good day.